Welcome, Tecmo Super Bowl fans, to another joint commentary Tecmo Super Bowl online tournament by GBLAN. I am Trojan 1979, and again with me I have ODT. How you doing tonight, ODT?
Still doing fantastic. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me back to do another.
Well, you're absolutely welcome. It was fantastic having you last time, and no one has kicked me out of my job yet for having you on, so I appreciate that. I didn't get any sort of a copyright strike or anything. You didn't freestyle rap on me. But right into it here, we've got same matchup as far as players as the last broadcast that we did. We have Stenz as the Washington Redskins and Baretti as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Very interesting matchup, one that I've enjoyed playing. And we're going to get right into it here. And looks like the Redskins are going to be kicking off. Mostly, it looks like Cobb is going to be returning this. Cobb moving pretty well, pretty pedestrian return there. And let's talk about this matchup. We've got Vinny Testaverde and his paltry offensive line, but his fast maximum speed against the speedy, effective secondary of the Redskins.
Yeah, Darryl Green will be able to cover the field pretty well and sort of spy Vinny at the same time. Be interesting to see how it all comes down to play. What I really look forward to seeing in this matchup is hopefully good conservative quarterback play, because you'll pay dearly if you throw against these defenses.
Really nice run there by Gary Anderson near the bottom. Last matchup, I think we established that Stenz has a tapping advantage, and the blockers are really stepping up their game here against the Washington defense. Normally, the line has a lot of trouble holding up against other defenses.
Yeah, that's their biggest weakness. If you can set up a matchup with the Bucs against a defensive line that isn't too dominant, they're a great team to play with. I mean, they probably have a top 4 or 5 secondary in the whole game. Maybe better, depending on how you value the attributes.
So we have a score from Gary Anderson taking the lead. Baretti drawing first blood. A couple plays before that, we saw a pass to throwing down to Hill at the wide receiver 2 position, kind of a late delivery. He ends up cutting off his route and got stopped short. It was one of those throws that typically you want to see come out right away. Having picked Darryl Green on defense, he really had no opportunity to get down the field. Must have called run on that play. And we have Gerald Riggs returning the kick out to the 19-yard line.
Here's my ODT prediction here. Seeing some of the throws I saw Stenz make last game, and with DeBerg, he was safe throwing against Fulcher from the jump picks. I think that was a little backwards pass there.
Don't worry, guys. This is Tecmo, not real football. That's not a lateral.
That is right. I think we're going to see some jump picks by the Tampa Bay secondary.
Throws it up to Sanders, and we have a savant here, folks. Tecmo savant in the house. DT calls it. Haddix does what Haddix does. He wrecks faces and breaks dreams.
He's the best.
Those of you who don't know why he's the best, you can thank a little magazine that the Japanese programmers got a hold of that saw that Haddix had 6 interceptions. I think 3 of them returned for touchdowns in the 1990 season. After 1991, he was out of football.
Sounds about right. I didn't know they got that from the magazine, but I was familiar with the stats. That's cool.
Third and long here for Vinny and the Bucs. Very popular play with Vinny. His running speed is coming. His maximum speed is coming into a play here. And would have liked to see Stenz take away the outside and the sideline, force that back in. He had defensive help. Might have stopped him short of the first down marker, but a nice run there by Baretti. Going back to pass 2. A few guys open up to Carrier and just squeezes that in. Carrier's really the main offensive weapon besides Gary Anderson. And I've seen players put Anderson at a wide receiver position and maybe run with Harvey. What are your thoughts on that in this matchup?
For me personally, it's more of a situational approach. However, if you're down or it really just, playbook, play style, those things really, have a factor situations. I mean, it's nice having that speed. If you absolutely have to pass, if you're not running well with Anderson anyway, then there's no harm in putting the 38 MS, Harvey in there at running back and stretching that field, especially since that'll give Vinny, a CC there, that'll give Vinny a little bit of extra room to scramble because Anderson will stretch the defense.
CC having, meaning covered catch to those in the community that don't know, not Chris Carter, which I thought meant, but that's professional football, not Tecmo. That pass to there, he went up early, and I think he just mistimed the JJ attempt. What's the risk of a jumping pick with the pass control? Green really doesn't have the ability against Vinny, does he?
Green is actually a borderline liability when throwing at a carrier. You could probably take some shots. He's only a 44 INT. However, throwing against Mayhew, assuming everybody's in average conditions, I think there's only 2 Tecmo notches difference between Mayhew's interception and Vinny's pass control, and you need 3 for a jump pick like Haddix did on the first Washington possession. So it's safe from that, but with the slow noodle arm of Vinny, I would not be surprised to maybe see a Mayhew interception, standing interception, at some point this game, perhaps.
Interesting sequence. Anderson, for some reason, got caught on his own blocker 2 plays ago, had a wide open path to the end zone, and the delay was just enough to get gobbled up there. And now we've seen, going from now, what would have been a 14-0 game, it's now 10-0. We'll see if that plays a factor later in the game. As we enter, going to be near the 2:30 mark in the second quarter, Gerald Riggs on the return. And he puts the ball on the ground.
Wow.
Mark Robinson on the recovery there. So knocking on the doorstep, Stenz is just really has nothing going for him today.
Get out of bounds, fellas. You got to get out of bounds.
Forced throw there by Baretti. Considering the situation, you have the opportunity to go 3 scores here, and taking what the defense gives you, definitely a risky proposition. And some blocker help there, but Mayhew was able to survive and out-tap Baretti there.
Yeah, with Vinny's speed, really ought to try to utilize that here.
This time he's got Anderson, and again, it looks like he's got potential alleys to break away there, and the reaction is just not fast enough, and he ends up getting clogged up. Decision time.
Normally I'm not a fan of a second field goal because I think of Tecmo in possessions only. But considering that it's early and we've kind of had a couple, this is the wrong choice here in my opinion. Okay. I was going to say get this second field goal because I imagine he's going to be kicking another, and Harvey is a fantastic kicker. Bucks are not that great of a team, but they have an extraordinary kicker.
And by Harvey, you mean Steve Christie, I'm assuming.
Oh.
We were just talking about Harvey on the running back situation, so I've done that. But Christie, interestingly enough, after wide right, ended up being, I believe, signed in free agency to the Buffalo Bills, replacing Scott Norwood. I can't remember exactly what year that was, but definitely a force and was useful for the Bills many years later. Unfortunately, the rest of their team kind of... after the 4 straight Super Bowls without a win, went into decline and remain there today. So Ripon is another pylon just like DeBerg, but without any of the other talents. As we see, only gets 2 yards there.
So I like Ripon here against the Tampa Bay secondary because if you put Humphreys in, then I think 3 of the 4 Tampa Bay secondary defenders can jump pick Humphreys, assuming everyone's in average condition. Ripon gives you an extra notch of pass control to protect you from everyone except, of course, Wayne Haddix.
Last play of the half here. Jump up to Art Monk. Wayne Haddix against Monk here. He needed to engage that tap sooner, but he outmaneuvers him to the end zone. Art Monk doing work at the end of the half.
Just an excellent move there. He should have engaged and tapped him out, but I liked it. He got it done.
And the best that we knew is that Stenz has the tap advantage based on what we saw in that last game. And normally you'd think after that initial defensive back was outmaneuvered there that you'd initiate those taps to get free and take it home. But avoiding contact altogether with Wayne Haddix on the other end, might want to tell Baretti about the dead zone. Looks like he got stuck in the mud too.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about it. I think we need to do a better job of communicating dead zone.
Might do a separate video on that.
This could have been a 21-7 or a 21-0 game, and here we have Stenz hanging tough again.
If this goes in Stenz's favor, we're going to go back on that, I think, second down and goal where Anderson bumps into his own player. So, Haddix, definitely looks like Stenz's got the taps there. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay to get out tapped if you get help on the way. It slows the runner down, and you always have the potential for a fumble just by making contact. So this time it looks like leveraging the running plays against Haddix, who wants to get him out of the play. Really no chance that he's going to be choosing a different defender in these situations unless he knows the run's going to go to that side. If he sees run 2, if he wants to go down to Reynolds or someone else at the bottom, could possibly justify that just for positional sake.
Yeah, I do like Robinson at DB4. I use him frequently, but I'm one that moves around a ton on defense generally. Look at that.
And was that a pass too? Streaking down the field, looks like he went to the RB2 position with Sanders there, really known in the zip code. And what a turnaround here. Stenz, after choosing Express and actually crap in the bed, has come back and made this not only a game, but a 14-3 lead here with plenty of time here in the third quarter. But Baretti has shown the ability to move the ball down the field methodically. Let's see if he can stay calm and keep Tecmoing here.
Yeah, from what I've seen out of both, I would have to say Barletti's the sharper player, but if Stenz comes out with a win here again, I'm going to have to eat my words.
Well, we saw it last game, Stenz surviving, and if you haven't seen that video, I recommend that you check out that in the playlist. Potential there for that burn route to wide receiver 2. He doesn't take the risk there and finds the tight end position open over Ron Hall. And
lucky he got Hall there. Stenz actually read that play very well and saw that he had everyone covered early and went straight to the blitz, and just didn't work out for him that time.
Good job forcing Green down the field to cover Carrier, and an easy 10-plus yards for Vinny on first down. So Baretti doing work here. Third quarter is starting to wane down a little bit. We're kind of approaching that 1 minute 30 mark. And Anderson outmaneuvers.
Nice.
And I don't know why he's using a Minuski here. I don't know if positionally that has some relevance as far as freeing up drones on that play, but he's had just no success stopping the runs to the bottom.
I guess he just really likes slow white defenders.
You know what? I'm a Green Bay Packer fan, and I'm all about that.
AJ Hawk.
Right? He just retired as a Packer. But you know what? One thing I will give him, he was always on the field. And back-to-back called plays, Cook and Grant with sacks. 3rd and 24. Got to be smart here. You need to take the lead. You need to not give up the field goal opportunity. If it's there, you throw it. If not, be smart. And I think this is the part he's doing right here. And I would even like to say, the 3 yards there is not worth it. You need your points. Get out of bounds. Field goal attempt from Christie coming up here. Should be able to get this on one cycle. Ooh, it's slow. We'll see if this dings it goes in here.
I don't know.
And lucky he was on the top hash, so he had a little room to give. But a field goal does win it for Stenz. So defense and offense, everything's still on the table here. But I didn't like going out of bounds there. This is a bad spot for Stenz. I mean, he's out near the 1 or 2 yard line here. He's
Haddix just got in there and busted things up.
Well, he just ran out of bounds, so I think he was just trying to avoid it. And
avoid him, yeah.
Yeah, so 2nd down and 2 after run 3 to the bottom.
Now.
Whole playbook's open to you here. Pass 2. And
just get it.
Get your yards and move on here.
There you go.
Milk that clock as much as you can. And both are in bad. So in that situation with a little more running speed from Humphreys, with them both having a notch down in their pass control, jump picks are now available to all of the defensive backs. Do you like going to Humphreys in that situation?
Well, at that point, Humphreys is also 6 MS, so I think you might as well just stay with Rip.
So there is a minimum there. Okay.
Yep. Oh.
Well, I thought we were looking at a safety there, folks. He was trying to do the JJ attempt, a wide receiver 1, and I understand he's trying to avoid the 2-point swing there in a possession, which would have tied the game.
That was total Tucker roll right there.
And I tell you, so it certainly was. And luckily that Haddix was in front of the action there, throws it up to Art Monk for the JJ on pass 2. That is timed.
Oh, no.
And so lucky there that is not picked off. It looks like right now Baretti is sitting on pass, and now he switches to run 3 of all times. So he's really in the head of Stenzy. 3rd and 15. Stenzy just hanging on by the bottom of his rope here. Pass 1 is the call. We've got Monk going down the field.
Oh.
And normally you see that ball picked off 9 times out of 10 the way but the diving grab there, the fumble bounces it back. We have 4th and manageable, but with
his tight end was open. If he'd have been a little bit more patient.
Monk has the dive there. Now he's in field goal range. He used to get out of bounds to prevent the turnover. And now Stenzy is in the driver's seat here to potentially close this game out. Just needs to make good decisions here with the ball, not put it on the ground.
Yeah,
runs right at Haddix. And Biner loose out near the 12-yard line. So Biner now being a factor.
He needs to run. Just run the ball. I wouldn't even attempt passing in the red zone here against this defense.
It looks like he's just dancing around to waste time. Ball control is sub 40. What do you 38 now for a quarterback? That's pretty risky. Like I said, you've got ball control with the Redskins. It doesn't matter if they call the play. They've got 81, if I think the standard setting is for them for ball control. You're absolutely right. Hang on to that ball. 3rd and 18. Let's see what he goes with here. Another call. Do not throw that ball. He threw the ball. Best thing that could have happened there, going out of bounds with that. Scary sequence. He's surviving. And it's a little low here, and it's blocked.
Wow.
And it's picked up by Lowmiller.
Oh, yeah.
This is just like the Apocalypse Now, or was it the term before that? I can't remember, but seeing Matt Vogt screwed by Nick Lowry after blocking it with Singletary.
Yes.
This is unbelievable. Stenzy got the eye of the tiger.
I don't believe it.
Sometimes, folks, it's better to be lucky than good at Tecmo Super Bowl. No offense, Stenzy, but
that's why you play the game.
Oh, my Lord. Even more think that's ridiculous.
I don't know what to say. For anybody that doesn't know what just happened, because the kicks, the Tecmo programmers made the kicker have 81 maximum speed, faster than Bo Jackson, so that they could get down the field and help with kick return coverage. Well, that translates over to when kicks are blocked, and if they pick that up, and if it's not a great defense, it doesn't have drone help, such as Tampa Bay, well, that's what happens.
That was entertaining, to be sure. So that last ball goes errant out of bounds. I don't like the call here of pass 2, just because you have a mediocre receiver here in Hill going down the field. You don't get Carrier involved. You don't get Anderson involved. And that is the game. Stenzy triumphant for the 2nd time over Baretti in one of the weirdest games I remember seeing in recent memory.
Yeah, I'm glad that we got to call that. You don't get to see, I mean, well, occasionally you'll see those house, but not when it's the game-winning field goal. You know what I mean? You've been blocked to save the game, and then you pick it up and score anyway. That's pretty cool.
And Barletti's just got to be kicking himself here. So I want to do the math. So if we add 4 more points, it's a 21-20 game. So that wasn't the deciding factor in all of this. But my lord, we've seen 2 games here where Barletti has, on paper, outplayed Stenzi, and Stenzi has clawed and scraped his way and survived despite all the adversity. And so congratulations to him. Barletti, you got tech mode, man. You can't do anything about that. Hang your heads high, guys. We can't wait to see more from you as time progresses here. Any closing thoughts here, DT?
It's gonna kill me to know whether or not that kick would have gone in, because had he not even come in for the block, you gotta wonder if it might have gone wide right.
It was looking pretty low there. I was about to say all that for this, but I'm glad we kept watching. We had to. We're calling the game.
Yeah, it was good stuff. Thanks for that game, Stenzi and Barletti.
Well, this is Trojan. Thanking DT for another dual broadcast here of GBLAN Online Tecmo. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't like it, hit thumbs down. If you want to see more content like this and you haven't already subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time on GBLAN Online Tecmo.